What? Oh my god, she's such a loser. Get her. This is literally your woman. She's as big of a social reject as you. Oh my god, that's impressive as hell. Bruh, that is impressive as hell. I want friends. Please. Give me friends. Here's a great idea. You plan what you're gonna say before you say it. He's gonna be so bad, they don't even think about her awkwardness. Oh! Yo, what that mouth do? This face right here sums up everything about his love life. No matter what we witness, that is our face. There is no helping this dumb son of a bitch. What? Did he just shit out a solidified beer? What the fuck is the Bugmaster and you doing? Okay, what's her secret? What's her secret? She's got something. I believe in the game plan. I don't know why I even had support for her. Poor little bastard, never saw it coming. Oh. Excuse the fuck me? Listen, I was so speechless for what the fuck I just saw Garo do with his mouth, that eventually I blocked it out of my mind only for them to sideswipe me like Truck Coon going after his next poor victim. Best episode, but what the fuck? Now, those are some of my highlights. You want to catch full live reactions to everything we're watching, including this wonderful mindfuck, head on over to the Patreon. But we gotta break down what that mouth do for real. Listen, I understand he's like, hey, let me show my magic trick. I'm gonna pound back 8 brewskis. And with my throat game so good, I'm going to solidify it into something. It's like a colon given birth right now. Why? Why is this a parlor trick? What the hell is the Bugmaster doing? Now, this is what he said, right? He highlighted the fact that, hey, and I think it was like episode 2, something like that. We did see the Bugmaster, right? Creepy son of a bitch, they were drinking, whatever. But I'm thinking, yeah, he knows how to drink and put them back. Here's the thing, thinking about some insects and shit that do some really weird things in the animal kingdom, something tells me the Bugmaster be like doing shit with his throat that gave him this idea. Because there's no way you pull this out of a rabbit's hat, you know, just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna pull a rabbit out of our hat. Yeah, you don't just come up with this on the spot. Unless you're a freaky ass insect. I'll be honest, I'm surprised how little they push back against this, right? Because he was pretty proud. He was pretty much like, yeah, I did this. And they were just kind of like they just didn't want to get shot in this moment. It's impressive, man. Like, we are very early into this show, and if that's what his throat game's capable of, I don't want to see what the other holes can do. Now, overall, though, I'm not going to lie, this was the most entertaining and I thought well put together episode, even ignoring the kind of bullshittery. So basically, we have a new, kind of have like college freshman here, right? Not really able to have friends. Worth a bajillion dollars, people want her dead. So you have the socially awkwardness that actually kind of rivals Garo's socially awkward ass, on top of like a murder plotline with the Soundmaster. Now, the Soundmaster honestly is living up fucking life. He's making good money. Anytime people push back, we manipulate their brain, tingle them a little bit so we can do it on our schedule. The thing is I like the fact that you generally want to see her succeed. You feel bad without it being necessarily a tearjerker. The biggest tearjerker is the fact that on Daddy's deathbed, she never really, you know, she had a hard time talking with her father when he was alive. And for some reason, father left her everything. And she's like, well, I wasn't special. Why leave it to me? Like, she just doesn't have the ability to communicate with people. And she desperately wants to have friends and a social life. And that's what's so, you know, sad about it. Like, it's not a tear. The biggest tearjerker was when she was holding her father's hand. And, you know, it was like clearly his deathbed. But in general, it's just very much secondhand embarrassment. But I like the fact that she had these moments of kind of excellence, even though there's also like these kind of foreshadowing moments, like with the cultist like horror storytelling that was being told, which, you know, is supposed to just be a story, but very fucking clearly it's gonna be more than that, but more on that in a minute. When she decided to do her little like magical girl magician act, I thought that was just absolutely sweet as hell. To be honest, it worked out. She's kind of the kooky, quirky girl who did a little magic trick, which, to be honest, when she pours the noodles on her head, I thought that was part of the act. No, she just kind of fucked it up by the end. But it was nice because you actually saw the crowd genuinely, you know, a little like, oh shit, it's a little weird, but you can see that they're kind of into it. And that was a nice icebreaker because her original icebreaker at the pub was pretty much just like, oh, hi. Like, and it was at that moment I realized, I was like, Garo, can Osaki still be best Brill? Once again, best boy, best girl all in one. But to be honest, you might have found your soulmate. She's just as fucking weird as you. But overall, it's just like a very simple, but I quite enjoyed it character. I think out of like the love interests, was like the most enjoyable outside of Bespro. Though the thing about the whole horror story and about like the youngest child being sacrificed to some like eldritch god, very freaky. I kind of want to fight it though. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's some pure straight out of fucking Junji Ito horror. Very cool. The thing is about the antagonist that we're fighting, the Soundmaster. Bro is a fucking menace. So he's actually laid, I think, a trap. Like, I don't think it's about us walking through the forest. He's laid out wires everywhere, which are instrument strings, right? At first I thought maybe it was like spider's web, but no, he's the Soundmaster. And the concept of his ability being able to completely fuck with your brain and your senses. I mean, our boy nearly died in the classroom. If he was so disoriented he barely could even inject himself to save himself and her. The fact that the strings are all laid out in entire forest, depending on how he plays the music, that could be such a sound level that just immediately kills everyone. That's dangerous. And the thing too is most likely he wouldn't do this in the middle of a city because, well, that's a lot of people dead and, you know, that's probably a little too many eyes. But a group class trip in the forest in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, you can kill a large group of people without really killing extra people. Like, yeah, there's some crossfire, some innocent civilians getting killed in the crossfire, but it's not like thousands of people potentially dying, right? So he probably can justify it. At least that's my assumption on it. Poor girl, though, huh? Just trying to live it up. And it's kind of sad because at one point she even asked, like, hey, like, do you think it's a good idea for me to go on this trip given what just happened? You know what? You've been excited for it. Go for it, girl. I thought, fuck it. Okay. Eyes all messed up. Yeah, a lot of brainwashing, a lot of manipulation, a lot of fun. Just a really ridiculous episode, but definitely the strongest of the batch. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting to have a character more socially awkward and inept than Garo by episode 4. But you know what? Potentially we've met his match. And that's why it might be his best girl after all, these dumb bastards. Great stuff. You let me know your thoughts down below on this week's episode. What do you expect and hope to see next week? Do let me know. Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already. Of course, the Patreon full live reactions live over there to everything we're watching and other exclusives like, hey, you know, I love to give those video shouts to my patrons because they're why I get to do these YouTube videos at all. All right, so today we got Cecil Dark Lord, Ryan Taber, Lone Wolf, Anime X, and we also have X Casas Fortis. So I appreciate the support. Please take care and you all have a good one.